with those little lightning ones. Lapis Lazuli gem. Hidden but symbolic. Apparently this neutralizes it on location in Portugal. Hello everyone and welcome to Alex Coma's world. In this episode you're gonna see me melt the wax into candles and place it on this Virgin Mary piece that I've been working on for the past 2-3 months already. And most interestingly, I've been doing this acid etching that went a bit wrong when I was trying to clean it up, and it started bubbling out of control, so you're gonna see that too. Trying lots of new techniques I've never tried before and problem solving as the events come to me, so this is gonna be a good one. Let's jump right in. Alright, candle making time. So I have to fill this up because I'm gonna double boil. This is the only pan I'm allowed to use just because it's like a magnetic stove oven. That's the only one that works with it. And then got my molds prepared here and my colors. So I just have to set this up. And this is all my wax. Beeswax. So I've got my original color here of the Virgin Mary, and I'm going to try to color match it now. The shape is very cool. So the color was nice. I think it's, for my taste, a bit too saturated. So I'm gonna melt a bit more of this kind of yellow color, which is the original wax color, to dilute the green so it's a bit more pale. Okay, so at the moment we've all been waiting for a look at this. It's half wick, half wax. This one is like, the first one is, might work, but yeesh. So here's the test. This is a darker green, and you see those are a bit lighter with those little light green ones that it's gonna look like a big birthday cake. But then these are gonna be melting on the sides. There'll be some wax in here. All right, so batch number 2, straight out of the freezer. New technique. Let's see if it worked. So I'm still, these are all the defects, and I'm re-dipping them inside the wax. It creates these kind of organic, they kind of look like, what are these called? Asparagus. I really like it. Alright, day 2 of trying to make candles. So today I'm trying a different recipe. I'm reheating this, but I'm gonna put more blue. I found this candle and it's white, so I'm gonna try to dissolve the color so that it makes it more of the light blue. This is what I made yesterday. So if you can see, there's quite a lot. I made 6. I want to make a few more of those, maybe 1 batch more of those in the new color, and then I'm gonna drip the rest of the oil on to make a frame on this metallic piece. Alright, so now final preparation of this piece involves just seeing where it's gonna go. I'm going to be tracing it, then sanding just the surface where the image is going to go, then using alcohol to remove all grease, applying a soft gel mat where I polished, pasting it on, and then varnishing it with a coat of clear finish. So let's do it. So that's all for today. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy some darker wax, darker blue wax, actually light blue, so that I can actually, instead of green, have a more bluish for at least the frame and the tears coming from her eyes and flooding this little basin. Because I like the green, but I think now there's too much green, and she, for me, represents more the blue than the green personally. So adapt, and I'll continue next week when I have the dye in a few days. So today I'm gonna be painting this oracle turtle and then inserting a Lapis Lazuli gem. Yesterday was the Eclipse in Aquarius in the Vedic system. I knew I had to do a ceremony and make space to explore. What comes up on Eclipse is always a lot of movement. I decided to go in the basement of my parents' home where there's, 6 feet tall ceilings and very dark. And Aquarius and this eclipse arrives in my house of purpose in astrology, so I knew it would reveal to me important information about what my purpose here is in this lifetime. So I explored, I received, and what came was very powerful. It was about this new age, like how this eclipse was a turning point, and how we think we know what's gonna happen, what the Age of Aquarius is about. Basically now is just what we're being told by these tech giants. But the Age of Aquarius is a lot more than that. Yes, technology is a big part of it. If you hear a machine hum, it is more than just a noise. It was showing to me that it's kind of linked to the buzz that bees do, and how this knowledge was used in ancient times, because bees actually levitate. Their buzz, they don't fly, they actually prove that the vibration they make makes them levitate, because they're not supposed to be able to carry the weight of their bodies with the small wings that they have. And this was, like, as a metaphor, overlap the hum of machines, and how if you pay attention in darkness and you just focus on this hum, a lot can be revealed to you. And the same secrets of bees, like, you don't get stung by a bee if you're present and you're mindful. The moment you get stung is the moment you tap into your unconscious patterns and you start acting unconsciously. And the same way that, higher royalty back in the days would use bees as symbols of royalty, they knew that in a state of presence and of the humming of bees, you can access higher dimensions of consciousness. Well, the same way technology is what will make us raise our vibration and our consciousness here on Earth, and be able to access higher dimensions and interconnectedness with other beings and other galaxies. But more than that, it was showing me my role as, having created this movement with Rose Umbra, my art, is all about emotional healing, is to create a safe space for most of humanity who doesn't want this technology. Like, they're living in the past, and the reason they are is because of all the deep emotional traumas. Some are like from this lifetime, but a lot is from generational trauma, and this keeps them in these waters, in the emotional waters, unable to embrace the future because the past has not been dealt with. For people that are in this wet place of emotions, you don't want it. So as visionaries, we have to be there for those people, offer our hand through our art, through our creation, offer alternatives as well to the mainstream narrative about technology, so that to make humans into products, into technologies that they can use. All right, so now time to paint the waterfall piece with probably gonna take some spray paint. So this thing here. So today I just received my blue dyes so that my colors are less green. I don't know if you'll be able to see the color very well, but it's more of a blue-gray, so I really like this color a lot better. And that's just without any spirulina, so I'm gonna probably mix and match. But for now, I'm gonna try these. If I like the color, then I'm gonna start putting it on the main piece. So I just unmolded these ones and they look a lot better. So I think this color, when it's gonna frame this, it's gonna look a lot darker than the picture, so it'll, I think, frame it quite well. It's almost the same color as like the shadows of this old image. So let's do it. Time to unmold this new color. So what I've noticed is they're very light before they dry and they freeze. But once they're frozen, they become like dark kind of not in blue-green, so it's gonna be a surprise. Oh yeah, it's nice though. It's okay. Oh, they look kind of black on the screen, but they're actually just discovered. You can see by her face. It's gonna be a lot nicer, I think, than the green, that's for sure. Style. Last minute improvisation. I decided, I had already thought of it, but now it's gonna happen. The idea is this rock. Just wanted to show you guys what I made with it. It's not completely done, but you can see now it's become part of its head. So I just filled it with something that's going to harden so that I can then paint all the edge and make it nice and clean with the same color. The piece now pretty much done. I'm going to add the candles that I made yesterday down here. They're already done. And then here the offering table that is made intentionally so that you can't see it from the front, because if you want to kind of pay tribute to this energy, you have to do it in a non-mundane way, in a I don't know, like superficial way. So you want to do it secretively. You want to do it when no one's looking. That's how you know you're connecting with the right energy. It's if you're doing it not out of ego, but out of pure love. I got this copper plate, and what I'm gonna do with it, I'm gonna engrave on it the astrological birth date. So I do Vedic astrology, so it's like a circle or even a square, and it's divided. And so I'm gonna just put the symbols around. Oh, I think I got this.
These spots where it needs a bit of trimming.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna be painting on. But first I will need to clean. It's already kind of scratched a little bit for the adherence of the primer. But it'll be interesting painting on metal. So today I'm gonna be doing tests. I've got linseed oil and Lapis Lazuli paint. I wanna first of all, because this is very meaningful to have, like, imagine it, the Lapis Lazuli stone, but it's all connected through this pigment that's lightly, thinly spread around it. So today, now that I have all the gems, I'm gonna be fixing these rods here of copper so that this guy here floats. And then if I have time, I'm gonna pour my gems inside the base of this and then put epoxy in it, so I'll be rigidified and won't move ever again. Alright, so now it's dry. Yesterday I put the glue in these little grooves here, and now it seems to be dry, so I'm gonna probably be pouring the epoxy in today and making this guy float on top here, so his feet are not touching the posts. So for those wondering what I'm doing, this is the epoxy part. So I'm just gonna be mixing it, but also I put some quartz and some emerald in this to kind of activate it, but also this whole sculpture is about Mercury. That's the biggest part in my chart and in the chart of this rebirth symbol. So lots of emerald in here, lots of green jade and quartz. And now I'm gonna be mixing the epoxy together to create the foundation of this pillar. So that didn't work as planned. So I put it in here, expecting it to stop at some point, but it just is dripping right through the wire. So if you see, it's going down all the way into the box. So because I don't want to waste my epoxy and I have to wait for the other one to dry, I've decided I'm gonna pour it on here. This is, for me, the extension of Virgin Mary. She existed in the era before the age of Pisces that we're in, which is Christianity. So the first technique I tried with the printing on it didn't work. So now I put some nail polish, and then wherever there's no nail polish, I will put it in acid and it will just kind of shrink through it, dig through it. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully it works because I only have one try. It's finally time to put the acid in this. So I'll do a time lapse and we can see it evolve. So I'm about to finally take this copper plate out of the bath. It's been about 2 hours. The etching, I think because some people I saw, what they do is they would boil or warm up the acid so that it goes through the copper faster. But I don't have access to like something to boil it, so I've just been doing it the long way. So I'm probably gonna be taking it out in maybe 15 minutes. Give it a few more rounds. All right, so final step. I'm gonna have to drain the acid into, it's so hard to put those gloves without getting some acid on. I'm not a very good chemist. This feels a bit sketchy. The smell kind of reminds me like the photo labs in Concordia where I went to school. It's like a chemical lab smell. Okay. Now I need to put some water in there and then put this in there with a bunch of this. Gotta be careful. And apparently when it stops bubbling, it's ready. Close this. And I'm supposed to put some also in the actual acid. It's a cool experiment, but I don't need to be doing this. Painting is a lot more fun. It really feels like this cool experiment. Those volcano things. This grilled sludge. Apparently this neutralizes it into salt water. Maybe I should put it in another box in case. So now time to remove the nail polish. There we go on one side. It's gonna be hidden, but it's symbolic. It's there. On the other side, we got all astrological symbols engraved. Basically a new natal chart. So today back on the farm, we're gonna just be sanding these little grooves on the edges to make them nice and, you know, aesthetically pleasing. And we'll be cutting out the pieces of wood so that I can finally start painting. I'm trying to figure out which part of the wood I want to be seen. And I kind of like, this is my favorite part, but if I put it too high, it just gets cut out by this circle. So I'm thinking to just have it like little points, because here there are these little points too. So I think I'm just gonna center it like this. So here it is, finally finished the panels. Next time we're just gonna glue the metal, we'll cut and glue the metal panels on it. So I think this is how I'm gonna end this video, unboxing the last piece I decided to do very spontaneously. As you saw my Virgin Mary piece, this will go in another room because I don't want it. The main room in my art show that's coming up is going to be dedicated really for the experience. But I want the other room. I want stuff that adds value to the main room, where you can learn about the experience and have more context to understand what it means for you. Because for me, the heart is the experience part, but the intellect is the helps understanding, and both are harmonized. So this is a piece to help you understand. When I was in Portugal, in the rubble, so that's the piece that I took out of the frame when I was on location in Portugal 6 years ago, or 4 years ago. To me, it's not just something I'm trying to imitate or anything. It's really every piece in the show has a long story, inviting people to live their lives like this and bring meaning to every aspect of their lives in every moment, even if you don't know where it's leading in the future. So there you go. Thanks for watching this episode. It was a long one. Hope it was enjoyable. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Much love and light, everyone. Thanks to everyone that watched this episode. I had lots of fun making it, so hope this was enjoyable for you guys. In the next episode, I'll be continuing my Vesica Pisces piece and just finalizing a few things like my perfume and integrating also a few trips I've been doing around the Vancouver Island area and in Montreal as well, filming my podcast with visionary artists. So stay tuned for the next one.